Howdy, DC On Screen fans. How would you like a piece of original artwork from one of us here at DC On Screen?
All right, we're aware that you've never thought of that before, but here's the deal. We need your help because the internet is a giant monster that requires numbers and regular feeding times. And then these algorithm things that are like our personal demons that we can't defeat alone. Do the right thing. Go over to iTunes. Give us a 5-star review or a more honest review if you feel absolutely led to. And then email us at dconscreen@gmail.com. What we're going to need you to do is just write in an address. Tell us who you are. Give us whatever address you want us to send you something at. You know, if you don't want us to know where you live, send it to your neighbors and go steal his mail, whatever.
Yeah.
Just give us that, and then we need you to write Dave or Jason, and then we need you to write the name of a character. We're going to send you a piece of artwork. All I can say about it is that one of us is a good artist and one of us is not. If you've actually been listening to every episode, you might know the secret answer to that, to who you should really ask. But hey, or toss a coin.
Man, you know, once you get the picture from us, take a picture of it or scan it or something, and send it back to us, and we'll put it on Facebook, just like we do with your DC loot.
Yeah, send it back with like critiques if you want to. We don't give a fuck, you know. Draw over it, you know. Pull a Deadpool. Right? Whatever.
One of us might cry.
We'll both probably cry. But whatever. Point is, you know, it's come that time. It's the classic call to action. We need to get out there. We need to get a little bit of the review game going. And this is our humble offering.
Yeah, humble offering. Very humble. I couldn't say it any better myself, man. That was a good pitch.
Oh, thank you.
All right, with that said, settle in for a new episode of DC On Screen. Avast ye mateys. I don't know why I'm talking like a pirate, but welcome into DC On Screen.
It's delightful. I don't think we can keep it up for a whole episode, but...
No. I'm David C. Robertson, and this is my co-host, Jason.
Hi.
Well, man, we have seen Supergirl 109, Blood Bonds, and we are going to get super spoilery on that for you guys today. Oh, man. So what did you... we just want to come out right at the top of the show and just scream bullshit for the Cat Grant thing?
Yeah, we can go ahead and get that out of the way.
All right, so...
I second your bullshit.
Yeah, like, look, man, it was always cute in the comics when Martian Manhunter, like, pretended to be Superman so Clark Kent could walk around and be like, well,
talk
gee,
to
Mr. White,
you know,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Didn't need to see it here. I knew they were going to do it. I'm glad it's out of the way. At least they won't try to pull it again.
Hopefully. Well, unless they need to go on another break between episodes, and then they'll pull that shit on us again. See, that's what bothers me about it. Is it was the best thing that happened in the in 108, and then we get to 109, and you know, you just pulled that rug right from under me. And it did several bits about it during the episode too, which just makes Cat Grant look more and more stupid as things pass. She's absolutely right, and you just made her feel foolish for no good reason.
And, forgive me for being somewhat liberal over the situation, but I kind of feel like, you build up this really empowered woman throughout the course of the series, and you make her look stupid.
Well, it's back to your rule, or the one you prefer. You don't write a good female character, you write a good character, and then apply a gender.
Right, but you're
that
sitting
being
there
said, they just made this person look foolish. They've been building up as like their sage for the whole season. I guess they passed that off to Hank now. Maybe I don't know. Who do we trust? To whom do we turn?
Pass it off to a man. Pass it off to a man.
Right.
Hunter.
Can't trust those man hunters.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. It wasn't like I want Cat to be part of the team. At least not yet. I mean, don't get me wrong. Season 3, that'd be great. But
oh no, I want it now. Let's do it now.
I can stand to wait on it. That was why I was so surprised when they outed her in 108. I thought we were going to be waiting on that for a little while, and I was okay with just the coincidences, and I was good with all that. Now it's they pulled the card too early, and they've already put it back in the deck, and now I don't know when I'm going to see that card again. But every time you play with it in between, I'm remembering this moment that you cheated me.
Mm-hmm. Just sitting there fondling that ace.
I cry foul.
Coincidi?
What?
Coincidi?
Coincidi. I like it. Coincides.
Oh, man. So, I have to admit, I'm sorry. I'm one of those people who are shipping Maxwell Lord and Alex. So, when he was a dick to her this episode, I was really annoyed with him.
Oh, really?
Dude.
You were looking forward to that?
A little bit.
Malik?
I didn't think I was.
Malik?
I didn't think I was. Yeah, the person you call Carol.
Yeah. The one that I keep thinking is
you are
Miss Marvel.
You are Sterling Archer, aren't you?
Slightly less ability with firearms, but yeah, otherwise.
Oh.
Now I was okay with that. I'm not exactly shipping that one. I just felt like that was a false lead anyway. And until they really show me what Maxwell Lord's up to, I don't trust anything they show me up to that. I mean, while it's all right now, I just until we know what he's up to.
Yeah, I know.
Having a hard time phrasing myself at the moment.
So, yeah, they've got to get better about those opening scene fight sequences.
Yeah, it just looked a little weird for you?
It looked really bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand they were operating on a budget, and, I'm not sitting around saying, like, oh, this great thing you gave me needs to be greater. I try to be a spoiled brat, but, at the same time, I do get a little worried. I do get a little trepidatious feelings rumbling in my tummy.
I don't think it looked
thinking,
I don't know. It didn't exactly look bad. I take it back. I really don't have a problem with it.
Really?
I'm gonna go that far with it because I just turned it on and I watched it again, and honestly, I'm good.
Because my big concern is that someone's just gonna tune in randomly and be like, well, that looks like fake shit. That's meh.
But
go away.
My rebuttal to that person is, yes, idiot. They make fake stuff on television. People don't actually fly, so we had to actually phone this one in with some effects. Sorry, dude.
Right.
And yes, it's television. They don't have the budget.
It's a visual medium. They have to fool me.
No one could fool you. Oh, you got us again. We used an effect.
Tom Cruise doesn't use effects. He straps himself to planes.
No, he uses voodoo to resurrect himself over and over again. I like that movie where he gets killed over and over again and brought back. I forget what that's called. Bad Tom Cruise movie number.
You know
whatever.
why? Do you know why you don't know what it's called?
Because it was not worth remembering, or because
they
my
didn't know
memory fails me constantly.
Actually, it was a pretty good movie.
Oh, okay.
It actually was.
So
the original, the original like manga book or whatever, book was called. The original book was called "All You Need Is Kill."
Didn't translate perfectly.
Yeah, and doesn't make a lot of sense, but it's
No.
kind of amazing. But they wound up calling it Edge of Tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
But they had such a hard time marketing the concept that they wound up putting on the poster these big letters, Live, Die, Repeat, which people thought was the name of the movie.
Which
so
would
much
be
so that
a little bit better than Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah, so much so that now on the DVD and Blu-ray covers, the name of the movie is Live, Die, Repeat, Edge of Tomorrow.
Oh, nothing will save it more than a colon and a subtitle. That always works.
But it actually was a pretty fun film. It was really pretty good.
Yeah.
It was a fun concept. You would enjoy it.
Well, my point being, I think that was more like a nod to his real life. Like, I think he just has like a lot of extra lives. I honestly think he's maybe made of magic or something. Some tiny magical creature that resurrects himself every time the stunt goes poorly. That's a 50-year-old man flying on the outside of a plane in Mission Impossible, whatever number that is. So
yes. He actually almost died. Like, he almost got hypothermia and shit.
I don't doubt it, because that's what happens when you hang out on the exterior of a plane.
They had to get so high up before they turned around.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, kind of made me want to watch that movie.
Simon Pegg makes me want to watch the movie, but that's not the point.
Simon Pegg isn't too much now. He's not a factor for me anymore. Not that I don't love seeing him anywhere, everywhere, whatever. He's not a factor for me anymore.
Tell you, if I made it
was
through,
just like, oh man,
if I
Simon
made it
Pegg's
through
in this.
Big Nothing and Run Fat Boy Run, I can make it through whatever else Simon Pegg has in store for me.
Well, sure. If you made it through the '90s Flash,
the will is strong in me.
Oh man,
So we should probably talk about the show, I guess.
Yeah. I am really tired of Astra.
I know. I don't think it's Astra's fault. I don't think she's doing a bad job. I think she's being fed bad lines. Because this whole Kryptonian perfect English nonsense. See what I did there?
Yeah.
Bullshit. Like it doesn't make them sound regal. It doesn't make them sound classy and futuristic. It makes them sound ridiculous.
I'll tell you what, this version of Non really makes me love for the Dick Donner Non.
Oh.
He was a mute.
Forgot about that. I don't even mind.
Big, tall, bearded fellow who just doesn't speak.
I mean,
yes, please.
I did like his insistence as he's getting shipped off to prison. That's a pretty good finisher line. Like, you're sending me off to prison, and I just remind you that you killed your daughter. Just saying.
Yeah, but
it's the most I've liked him so far, and it's still kind of When can we be done with this? When can season 2 start?
Yeah, you know what I don't like about this so far is that they are setting him more and more up to be the real bad guy.
Well, yeah, because eventually,
more or less a puppet.
Eventually, Astra's going to have to turn on him.
Well, yeah, I know, but I don't like the fact that they're bringing Astra into it as a puppet, because so far it seemed like she was the one in charge, and now they're kind of just taking away the women's powers.
What do you mean?
I've noticed, like Cat Grant, they're making her out to be stupid. Astra, they're making her to be a puppet to Non.
I don't see the puppet thing.
Like it.
I'm not seeing that.
Well, because he's just kind of doing whatever he wants, and she's kind of like not really as on board as she once was.
She had, getting captured was her plan, and then he came in to capture somebody to actually get some collateral off of it. But the whole getting captured thing was her idea, and then when he comes at the exchange at the end, she tells him call him off, and he calls him the hell off. She still calls the shots. I think still 100% calls the shots. It just should be more obvious to Non at this point that he's, that she's not completely, she's not 100% following the voices coming out of that television, wherever the hell they've gone now.
Yeah, what is with that? Where did that go?
I don't fucking know.
But no, it seems like Non has some shit that's going on. Like when she tells him what to do, he's kind of got this look like, but not for long.
Yeah, that's got to come to a head
she's
soon.
Not seeing that. It seems like she's just not seeing that.
She's not twirly mustache evil anymore, and he's still twirly mustache evil.
Yeah, she was very twirly mustache evil for a long time.
Yeah, for a minute, and then the last few episodes, it's been kind of
Yeah, but it's like also where he'll be talking to her, and she's like, "Well, maybe," and he's like, "Blah blah blah," convincing Shakespearean speech, and
right.
That's why I say she's a puppet.
Unconvincing, very unconvincing Shakespearean speech.
Well, convincing to her.
I don't know. They're all weird.
I don't know what the hell they're doing on this show.
I don't know what they're doing with that. I still like a lot of what they're building with Supergirl. Like the big thing they did with this episode was point out why she has to be Kara. Why she actually has to have a daytime, job. Why she needs friends. And dude, how good job when standing in that doorway. That took a sack, buddy. Mm-hmm. But he's absolutely right. Like if she isn't different, then what's the fucking point? Like at that point, why not just go ahead and get all xenophobic on this shit? But yeah, it does
for the show.
It does a really good job of pointing out why she has to have friends. What they keep her focused. I mean, Superman's got Lois. You got to have something like that. I guess Hank has the DEO. He points out that keeps him grounded.
Right. I saw a lot of people complaining that why the hell is he so depowered? He's just chilling out in a chair. He's Martian Manhunter.
He has to.
I know.
He can't out himself yet. Calm down, Internet. We'll get there. But I was the whole time watching dude, Non, that cat is way too cool. You need to look into that.
Right.
I haven't seen a bead of sweat on that motherfucker's face. You need to figure out what's going on. My favorite being the line, "Nothing but a barking dog on a chain." You're the one tied to a chair, and you're pulling that line out? That was good.
Yeah.
And he just snaps the guy's neck. Oh, I see why. We're the savage ones. Yeah. Right. No, this guy's... Yeah, the guy's way too cool. Non should be worried about that.
Yeah. I actually wrote that down. And...
Same problem?
Oh, yeah. Speaking of great lines, though, I love that Kara overhears Kat say, "I don't have an attitude problem, you have a perception problem."
Oh, yeah.
I really like that line. But...
Actually, no, my favorite line out of Kat, and this is because I'm me, the joke about she ran into McCartney one time and he was more convincing that he and Yoko were the best of friends.
Uh-huh.
That made my heart happy.
I knew it would.
Yeah. They're not friends, y'all.
Is it okay? Is it just my imagination, or is General Lane like the worst actor now? Like he's just so bad.
There are times where we talk about Supergirl, and I think you're confusing bad lines for bad acting. I don't think it's his fault. Again, did an okay job.
No, I'm talking like
being an ignorant dipshit, which is what they've given. Like the show has to apparently have one ignorant dipshit quota. So once Hank stopped being our ignorant dipshit, now we have to have Lane. And God help us if Lane goes away. What are we going to get then?
Supergirl.
You know what I mean, though.
It's time for her to be an ignorant dip. No,
right. No, it'll be Maxwell Lord next. He'll come out with some giant rid the world of aliens plan, and he'll be the. I don't know. They keep giving me like some character that I'm so obviously supposed to hate that I don't even want to. Like I want to root for him just because I'm being told that I can't. That's because I'm a contrarian piece of shit. But what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I'm. The dude that's playing General Lane, I don't know. He's just got some kind of monotone thing going on. Like he says everything very haltingly. You don't understand. They are a danger to our world. We are under orders to blah blah. Oh God, that's not just bad lines.
That sounds like an impression of the entire Bush family. Just all at once.
All at once. I'm pretty sure one of them is playing General Lane.
Right. The Forgotten Bush. Oh, that's probably a porn title. Has to be.
This derailed quickly.
Yeah, well, Now, I meant to ask you if this bothered you. Why are they making that weird jumping motion when they start flying? Just fly. Just like point your arms up and fucking lift off, dude.
Yes, they're very much acting like they're like about to dive off of a diving board.
It's not a high jump. Like, is that how they're doing the tracking? Like, you do the high jump position and then they just like float you across the screen?
I don't know.
I was watching this episode with the fiance and she asked the same question. Like, why are they jumping? I don't know, sweetie. I don't. I have no answers for you on that. I don't. They've made Cat gullible and they made Kryptonians need to jump. I don't get it. Unless we're doing like a nod to 1937 version where he couldn't quite exactly fly. Mm-hmm. I doubt.
Oh, yeah. Going back to General Lane, I loved and hated simultaneously the fact that he decided to tell Astra the story about going to see the day the Earth stood still when he was a kid. Mm-hmm. And that's why he's like, he hates aliens now? He's like,
you know what's sad? It was so obvious that was where he was going with the story. I literally mouthed it out loud when I saw it. Like he said, I went to see a movie, and as soon as he said I finished the line with him. Couldn't have been more obvious.
The day the Earth stood still. And also kind of got the plot wrong.
It's been a minute since anyone's really watched it. It's like Citizen Kane. We've all seen it, but God help me if I could tell you what the outline of the story is right now.
I really do wonder if any of the writing staff on Supergirl has seen The Day That Earth Stood Still, or if they just purposely made it to where like General Lane would just have taken that movie apart and reconstructed it in his own brain.
That one seems likely.
Because the movie was just wholeheartedly antithetical to everything that General Lane stands for.
Yeah. It could also very well be that none of the EPs have actually watched it in a while, because these some busy dudes.
But even at the very least, I'm like, dude, nothing happened in that movie except that, like, really, everyone just kind of stood still, literally.
Right.
And then they were like, by the way, if you guys don't, stop warring with each other and being idiots, we'll take you down.
Right.
So, like, the fact that he's, like, waking up, dreaming about this.
I'm assuming that, like, Lane got to the point where everyone was frozen and went, ah, and left the theater peeing himself. And this is the version he remembers. Did not see the conclusion.
Why was that me there?
Now, look, one little, a little Danvers moment that I truly loved. She comes in with that bag of food from Chicago. Dude, that would be cool. That would be a really cool thing to have. If like Supergirl's your friend, one of your besties, you're having a really bad day, and she can fly across the country and get you that food truck you really love. Man, that's a nice perk.
That would be like the first thing I thought of if I had superpowers. Like, I could go somewhere else and eat.
I don't need a Chicago-style pizza. I can be there in 45 seconds. I'm getting me an actual Chicago pizza.
Sadly, like, if I had superpowers, I would still be as fat as I am. Just like, I could go to different places and eat.
Right.
Oh.
Your mid-morning lunch snack happens in, say, Rio de Janeiro.
Mid-morning lunch snack?
Yes. If you break it's a system wherein you break it down and there's about 14 meals a day.
Jeez.
I assume flying all that time, you'd have to have a lot of meals.
Right.
To remain it that way.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so I wrote here, Non wants Astra back. Big surprise, she's the only one who talks like him.
You're the only one I can relate to. I'm sorry, you're the only one with which I can relate.
Mm.
Oh,
I don't know, man.
when and you know, you and I talked about like at the end, she kind of says, "All right, so unless you forgot that I have super hearing, explain yourselves." And you were kind of pointing out, well, there's a bunch of other Kryptonians there. Why didn't they hear it?
Yeah.
I do agree, but I also still believe in selective hearing. It not only is probable, it is, I believe, integral to having super hearing. Otherwise, you would go batshit in real short period of time.
Mm-hmm.
Like Man of Steel, kid creeping in the closet kind of thing. But
yeah.
The line afterwards, man, when they're when she does the breakdown, so you're from Mars. Yeah, well, you're from Krypton. And they have a quick discussion about it, and she gets to the end. She's, well, you guys could have told me. I can keep a secret. And they both just sneer at her. No, you can't.
Uh-huh.
Fucking loved that. That got a little howl out of me. They were so derisive about no, you can't.
That was good.
They're absolutely right. She keeps telling pretty much everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, that was good. So, what else was good is James kicked that door in, or kicked the handle off that door, walks through, and then sees all those lasers and Wynn goes, oh, you can't kick lasers, can you?
No. I liked them teaming up, man.
It was fun.
Enjoyed that for a second. And, yeah, Wynn is a card-carrying badass in the show as far as, like, he's their Oracle.
Uh-huh.
And, we're going to get to
maybe they should paralyze him and call him Oracle. Just for the hell of it.
Right.
Everyone who knows how to work a computer gets paralyzed and gets called Oracle.
That's the scheme.
In all of these shows.
That's how. Next episode we meet his dad. Maybe he'll do some paralyzing with like a weird knockoff Tickle Me Elmo.
Tickle Me Oracle.
Tickle Me Oracle. Except I can't feel you tickling me because that's what we're talking about. Hey, at the end of the episode, did you? I assume you rolled your eyes too when you saw which room Maxwell walks into.
52?
Yeah. That was an audible, come on. Yeah. Also, what's your vote for what's in the room?
I saw a girl with black eyes. That's what I saw.
All I've seen is a girl with black eyes who has brain trauma, and he seems to feel the need to float the holograph of the Red Tornado arm in the same room. I don't know what he's planning.
Right.
Bizarro, maybe?
I don't think the Red...
Are they going to build a Bizarro?
Actually, I was going to talk about news, but Andrew Kreisberg has said, yes, they are bringing Bizarro to Supergirl, some iteration. And that girl with the black eyes did look a lot like 13-year-old Kara.
She looked similar to Kara, and, I know Bizarro's on his way, her way, I guess, in this case. So,
yeah. She looks like 13-year-old Kara from the flashbacks.
Really does.
So, but aged a little bit, which would make sense because it's been a minute since the pilot. So
yeah. And the way the poor tech guy that's apparently doing his job very well, but Maxwell Lord refuses to acknowledge that. He specifically describes, he basically gives the description of Supergirl and says we found her. That's pretty much what happened. So I don't know. My official vote is Bizarro's in there. Bizarra?
Yeah.
Bizarra, if I'm doing it.
Bizarra, sure. We'll go with Bizarra. Which, if they actually did real Bizarro, that'd be a fun kind of a fun way to put a Superman in there.
Oh, do his Bizarro?
Yeah, just her versus his Bizarro. It'd be kind of fun. And
have yet another scene where he IMs her saying, "Well, I couldn't do it. Good job." Actually, at this point,
spin class with Lois.
I do literally. I actually every now when towards the end of the episode, at that time of the episode, when she's sitting at her computer and I see the IM screen, I get excited. Ooh, Clark's gonna say something.
Right.
I still don't actually want him to show up. I really don't. I would like them to build their own fucking show. It's what you told me you wanted to do. Do it.
I kind of felt like that, and still do a little bit with Martian Manhunter, because I'm kind of feeling like, oh man, you got a few episodes into a Supergirl show proper before you made it to Martian Manhunter show.
It's still,
I know,
it's still super. And even with having him around, it has been like it's been Supergirl's show. It just happens to have a really badass. At this point, he's her sidekick. Like,
yes, and
let's face it, she is calling the shots. If she says to do something differently, he'll trust her.
But in as much as I want a Supergirl show without like it becoming like hijacked by Martian Manhunter, I kind of weep for the fact that we don't have a Martian Manhunter show where he is the main character.
Oh, I know. And in the most wonderous of worlds, this show like spins off.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you realize we live in that world, though. I mean, we have a Flash show that spun off of an Arrow show.
Oh, I know. That's what gives me hope.
So, I'm greedy and I want all the things.
Yeah, I know. You can have some of them though. Oh, do you like when the thing blows up? She gets all Batman with her cape. It's really like she covers her sister up, but it's totally a Batman shot. I fucking love it.
It was a Batman shot, and it was silly.
It wasn't silly. Why?
It was silly.
Why?
I don't know. It just looked silly. It was one of the silliest things I've ever seen.
I thought it was a nice little power shot. And for a second, I was like, why is the cape going to work? Oh, yeah. That's the actual Kryptonian blank. Yeah, no, that works. That plays. Okay, cool.
I had the same knee-jerk reaction. I'm like, wait, what? And, that was the baby blanket.
Yeah. Man, I liked the shot. I did.
It was an okay shot. I don't know. Something about it just felt weird to me. But yeah, I did not care for this episode too much. Like we'd had a series of pretty strong Supergirl episodes, and this was just, it was like the best of both worlds part 2 over in Next Generation. Like after you see, Picard become a Borg, and Riker says fire. I mean, the second part is just, not going to be as interesting. And it wasn't as interesting seeing Supergirl actually, face Non.
Right.
Because, they do less punching and he talks more. And you're like, oh, man, please just hurt him. Hurt him so he can't talk. Rip out his tongue, Kara. Rip out his tongue. Make him the Non we know and love.
Yeah. That wouldn't hurt my feelings at this point. How do you break a Kryptonian larynx?
With a Kryptonian fist?
That'll work. I think we have one of those in the show.
Or
maybe Maxwell Lord will hit him in the throat with a wrench.
Or a density-changing Martian fist.
There you go.
Just phases right through it and grabs that shit out.
Also, one quick side note to Maxwell Lord. Dude needs to work on his baseball swing. Wasn't very convincing.
It wasn't. I was a little disappointed. And, what was really funny is, when he was about to, beat the hell out of Jimmy, and he takes off his jacket, and I was like, comparatively, you are, scrawny. How are you even hurting him?
Hey, look, anybody strapped to a chair is pretty vulnerable. It's a...
Well, sure.
That's not the position you want to have in a fight, I think.
That's the only thing that sells the scene, because he takes off that jacket, and I'm looking at, the freaking Hulk sitting there in that seat.
Right.
I'm like, I don't know. I mean, you look like you're trying to be real badass, dude, but I don't think you're going to hurt him.
I think if you let one of those handcuffs off, you're pretty much in trouble. Do you see how he kicked that door?
And he retorts, but you can't kick lasers.
Right. But you can't kick Maxwell. Yeah, you can. You can kick Maxwell.
Yeah, so he just went totally full Lex Luthor light, I feel.
I didn't have any. I thought it was a perfectly fine interrogation scene. It's just the one critique of that. I think they should have done an overhand swing. That's all. Overhanded on the camera. The baseball swing's not as. Now, granted, that's what I would. I mean, I was a baseball player, so I would have. That's how I would have swung. Would have been my natural reaction. I don't know. Maybe Maxwell used to play or something.
Right. I do kind of wish they had gone a little more interesting with Maxwell Lord. I really do. I didn't need him to go Lex so quickly. I wanted to see a little bit of a struggle.
Like an emotional struggle for him?
Well, they were playing it up more or less like he was, he had some kind of goodness in him, or maybe he wasn't as bad as everyone thought he was, or...
I don't remember that.
Assumed he would be. Maybe I'm just placing Rosenbaum's Luthor onto from Smallville onto him, and...
I mean, they gave him
wishing that he was as complex of a character.
Maybe one day. I mean, I still liked the lines about him being an orphan, and that's the first time the government's ever apologized to me.
Okay, that's what I was talking about then.
Yeah, they were good lines, but they gave him depth in his villainy. Mm-hmm. They didn't really give him
depth in his villainy.
Right. They raised the trenches.
I just want every millionaire industrialist to wind up looking up with that realization and saying, I am the ill intent.
Yeah. We can't have that line everywhere, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
I agree, though. It was an okay episode, but it hasn't been as strong as it has been. Because I've been really excited about this show. It didn't exactly break my excitement, because, coming up, we've still got Toyman. Apparently White Martian showed up in a couple episodes.
Yeah.
It's actually
starting on episode 11, I think.
Yeah. So they're going to get into a little bit of Martian Manhunter's, backstory, his unfortunately genocidal backstory. Mm-hmm. And before that, we get to meet proper Toyman, and apparently you get to watch Wen be strapped to a chair. That's going to be the theme of these episodes.
Why is everyone strapped to
I don't know.
chair?
We got Hank, we got Jimmy. It's going to be Wen next episode. Who are the other guys in the show? That's all the guys, isn't it?
Was it just to appease the chair enthusiasts who were very disappointed to learn that Wonder Woman would not be strapped to a chair in Batman v Superman?
I don't know. Maybe they're just actually up on the comics and they're reading the whole thing where, like, Batman's a fucking bat god right now and has the Mobius chair.
He's strapped to a chair.
Incidentally, kids, Batman has the Mobius chair. Just think on that.
He does.
It's an amazing time.
We live in an age of wonders. All right, man. Well, I look forward to next week. We'll be back with Supergirl 110, and we'll also be back a little later with a big old fat news episode, because it's been a minute since we hit the news.
Big old dick slinging news episode. Oh, I don't know why.
Okay.
I don't know why I would torture all of us with that phrase, but hey, it's happened now.
Righto. We are DC
That'll
on Screen.
save it. I'll shut up now.
We are DC On Screen. You can find every episode at DCOnScreen.com. You can also find us on iTunes. You can find us on Stitcher. If you would so wish, you may listen to... I give you permission to listen to a similar podcast to ours about the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the Marvel Cinematic Universe podcast, hosted by our friends Matt Carroll and Jeff Randall. They're a part of the same network we are, the Giant Size Team Up Network, and I think that's it.
Well,
that's
and now we can you can head to giantsizeteamup.com, right? That's the name of it.
Is that yeah? Okay.
I mean, head there, see what tickles your fancy. Click away, and I guess
we have a bunch of stuff.
Strap yourself to a chair and listen in.
Yep, there are too many sites now. I don't remember all of them anymore. I'm starting to shake.
We may need to get note cards, possibly even prepare.
I don't like the sound of that. Anyway, until the next episode, guys, keep some DC on your screen.
With Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to... Has anyone seen the bride and groom?
Sorry, we're here. We were getting lucky in the limo and we lost track of time.
No, Lucky Land Casino, with cash prizes that add up quicker than a guest registry.
In that case, I pronounce you lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Daily bonuses are waiting. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.